How you doing, guys? Centurion here, and today I'm going to be doing a very similar video I made about 10 months back, in which I basically went through whether Dayz is worth your time and effort to play in 2024. Now, last year I made it on the 2023, and I kind of went over a bunch of things regarding whether it's worth your time, what's the issues. So I'm going to be going through that again this time round. I'm going to have gameplay on screen so you guys don't get bored. As well, I will have this in the same video in the comments in the description. Now, the pros come in all shapes and sizes. Now, recently, as of a few weeks ago, Dayz has announced Dayz Frostline, which is going to be a new DLC by the name of Dayz How To. This is going to be coming to all platforms, and I believe they may do test servers on it on PC. I'm not too sure yet. But a lot of content creators have tried it, and apparently it is rather good. They have also released images, which I will be displaying all the way through this video. I may have already done it by now. And well, it is looking rather good. It's basically a reskin of Tanoa from Arma 3, but with a little twist and a lot more frost and a lot more zombies. Now, other than the fact that they've dropped a new map that will be coming between August to October, they've also done a lot of bug fixes. Recently, they have a lot of bugs which will, like the meatballing, where you fold up basically. A lot of guns was unbalanced. A lot of guns had a varied ammunition. Well, the ammunition was basically a bit scuffed. Base building still will need improvement, but I'm not talking about that now. But base building has come a lot better. They have allowed you to build on top of watchtowers if you're using other watchtowers. Basically allowed you to clip onto different walls and so on. As well as the servers have had a massive change. If you play vanilla, you can basically do a lot more than you used to be able to if you played OG. Now, all these are very good. I love the fact that you can do all this. If you have a look on the screen right now, you can see you can build stuff within stuff. You can place tents wherever you want. On top of that, a lot of the maps have had fixes. So recently the shading and the frame rate problems with some trees and stuff have been fixed. They have reskinned by basic modelling to make sure it runs a lot smoother for everybody. And everything is looking rather pleasant. One more final point is that the Dayz devs are rather committed to make sure everyone's experience on the game is on the top. They are always pushing out updates and fixes as soon as every update's come out. They're always looking at the community posts and the community itself to see whether what needs to be done, what these guys wanted. And to be fair, a lot of us wanted a snow map for a very long time, and they've went ahead and given it us. Now, yes, it is a reskin, but they are working and hired a lot of modders from the Dayz community to make this happen, including Mike Doherty, for example. He's now placing trees and rocks for Bohemia. That's all I can say is, but they are recruiting from the community to make the community better, and you can't say further than that. Now, the negatives are really from a personal standpoint. As of recently, I've not really played much Dayz. I've only just been playing it again for the past maybe week, because it is got very, very boring after a very specific amount of time. Now, I've been playing it non-stop for basically about 2.5 years, and well, as soon as basically you've done everything, you get bored. Everything is basically repeated, and you really can't find anything else to do because you've basically done there, and you've basically got the t-shirt at that point. Now, this is a benefit of why the new update's coming out, and they are pushing more updates and they get the new map, but until then, you can't really do anything. Now, the only thing I can think of is trying to focus on doing something else. And well, that something else ends up turning into the same thing, and basically it's a running cycle. I have tried playing more PvP servers recently, and well, it's basically the same. You get some gear, you run around for a bit, you build a base, and you die, and the cycle repeats. Now, I'm hoping to bring out more aspects of building as well, because building on vanilla has got really boring. And it's probably why I am going to look into getting a more stable PC to basically do more base building stuff, because I do enjoy base building. Also, the weapons are getting a bit boring as well. This is why I believe they're pushing out more weapons, but without more calibers, these weapons are going to still be boring because it's basically the same thing, just reskinned. Now, the SV98 they are bringing out is a kind of a decent addition, but basically it's just a Savannah, but it's chambered in 7.62 by 54R, which is the same caliber as a mosin. So it may get boring really quick, it may not, but you'll never know. But it definitely needs more aspects of and variation of weapons, cosmetics, and base building, that is for sure. Now, in the conclusion, as I will start it in English class every single time, is basically, when it comes to Dayz, you definitely need to have some friends to play it with. Purely because, if you don't, you'll probably get bored really quick, and you probably don't know what to do, and you'll lose yourself, and you'll probably die over time, and well, you'll get bored really quick. Now, as I've learned from my many thousand hours on Dayz, is having something to do and plan it out will definitely come and be basically beneficial in the long run. So if you can just get a few buddies and plan out what you want to do for a wipe, I think you'll be fine. Yes, you may have nothing to do after maybe a few weeks because it's just the same thing, but having those fights and going out for the fights and stuff to just collect as much gear as you can may end up solving your problem. Now, getting Livonia as well would be a massive help. Now, I only really play Chernarus pure because I know the map, but Livonia is a beautiful map and definitely would recommend it. And trying different weapons and stuff will always come in hand. Now, I pretty much main the M4, but if you guys love the AKs, go for it. Now, you don't have to wait long until the new map, so just keeping your head in the game while you play Dayz is definitely worth your time to play it, especially after a while, because you know for a fact that map will be just round the corner. As well as that, there's usually updates every couple months, so you can always jump in and get something new, but that is purely up to you. Now, when it comes to Dayz itself, I would definitely recommend you try the different maps. That is 100% for a fact. Livonia, as I just said, is a beautiful map, and it's also definitely worth your time, but I would definitely recommend it as soon as you learn the ropes. Now, this video is purely saying whether it's worth your time in 2024, and for sure it is. But make sure when you do it, you always have a plan, and you always want to know what you do, just so you don't get bored after a while and end up in a circle. Now, you guys can put your own ideas in the comments and stuff and say why, because I can definitely say why. It is a great game, the maps are good looking, and always pushing out updates and interacting with the community to make your gaming experience a lot better. So just go ahead, take my advice for it, and just give Dayz a whirl, even if it's for a couple hundred hours, or just for a while until you want to play more with your buddies or something. But it's definitely worth it. And you can always find servers that tailor to your needs. So if you want a harder game, you can always find a hard server that will do it. If you want a solo on a server, there's always servers out there, and so on, just so you can find one tailored to what you want. Now, I'm Centurion. Always put in your comments what you fancy, but that is me, and this is my opinion. But definitely try it, and I'll see you guys later.